Hello my crafty friends, welcome back to Dinosaur Week. Another day, another dinosaur. And there is just the one dinosaur on this one. Again, I pulled out a half-made background. This has got a piece, some texture paste put through a stencil on one side of it. I'm throwing some paint at it and I'll wiggle it around with a brush and add some water. I find going about painty backgrounds in a really haphazard way gives the best results. So all of the paints are Shimmerz, either Inklings, Shimmerz Paint Originals or Vibes. And I'm adding plenty of water to get it moving. I have also gessoed the cardstock. So it's texture paste and then a layer of gesso, clear gesso over the top. You can see sort of towards the bottom left there's an area of card that did not get gesso, which is a mistake on my part, but it works out okay. I'm flicking colours onto the wet paint. When you flick colour onto wet colour, it kind of goes in and spreads a bit and gives you a more subtle splatter. It has warped quite a lot, so I've pulled out an old Xyron dot runner. It's a wide dot runner. Don't use it very often, but for backing a large area like this, it works quite well. It's very, very sticky, and I was not really sure how to go about getting it lined up. In the end, I line it up about half an inch, quarter of an inch from the edge and just go for it, spread it down. I burnish it on with my bone folder and then trim around to get my background. There were a couple of places that weren't completely dry because I'm impatient. I got quite a lot of the adhesive on my desk as well, but it cleaned up nicely with an adhesive eraser. This is the design that I had in my head, and I was just pondering, because Bubs is looking up and to the top left, I wondered if I needed something up there so that it looked like he was looking at something. I go against it because I think my original idea was fine. I've popped a couple of layers of torn vellum behind where the photo is going to go. I'm faffing around getting the torn edges how I want them. It was fine the first time, it didn't need moving, but hey ho. And then I'm going to stick my title down. This is another Perspectives from Bramble. It's not a current one, it's quite an old one. And it's the other half of the set that I used yesterday. This dinosaur has also got an etched eye, but he's facing the wrong direction, so I'm flipping him over and sticking him down without his eye showing, and then I'm going to give him a googly eye, because what's better than a dinosaur? A dinosaur with googly eyes. Oh dear. These are gorgeous little epoxy stars from Doodlebug, which I bought from Lottie Loves Paper, and they're just perfect colours to match the mixed media. It was a complete accident, but it worked out really well. So I'm giving the dinosaur something to stand on, and I'm going to continue that line right the way across the page, so it looks like the stars are continuing behind the photo, poking out again the other side. I faff getting these ones in place, but I'll get there eventually. I did want it to be horizontal as well, rather than at a slight angle, because then it will look like the ground that the dinosaur is standing on. And that's pretty much it. The painty background is just too good to cover up, really. I am going to add some gold splatters to it, and a few more blue splatters and a few more green splatters. I get the brilliant idea to paint the dynamite part of my perspectives, it did not work. So I pulled out some really fine grit sandpaper and I'm giving it a really light, I'm tickling it, and then I'm going to give it a couple of coats of clear gesso, and then the gold paint will stick. Now it does take a couple of coats of gold to build it up, and it was a bit time consuming because I didn't want to get any extra paint sort of in the crevices, but oh, it was so worth it. It looks fantastic. So that's something I'm definitely going to bear in mind for the future. Light sanding, a bit of gesso, and then Shimmerz paints over the top, and it looks stunning. So there's nothing all that complex about this layout really, especially not in the putting it together. It's a line of stickers, it's a pre-made title, it's an embellishment, and it's paint thrown at a background, and it's turned out so well. I really love it, especially in real life, looking at the background and with the shimmer and all the colours run together. I just love it, I really love it. So that is day 2 of Dinosaur Week done. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.